Tournament director Jeff Carter's telling us that tomorrow Dave Barra's team, who's in first place, has selected to bowl on Abbey Road all day tomorrow. So they'll be bowling on the Abbey Road, the longer pattern of the two. They chose the little bit easier pattern, in my opinion. And now we have a tie for 10th place between two teams here. It is Team Westner and Joe Who. They're going to bowl an entire one-game match to determine who's going to make it to tomorrow's Baker competition. We've got about an hour of extended play here tonight. You get a chance to see these teams warming up.
I'm excited.
Yeah, what's 17 hours of sitting in the booth? But we love it. We're bringing it to you live here on InsideBowling.com. 74 viewers still hanging out with us.
It wouldn't be a 40-hour work week in 2 days if it wasn't a live-streamed event that we were involved in. So. Oh my God.
All right, Doug, let's start it up here. Let's start up our broadcast here. We'll do a recording. We'll bring everybody in.
A crowd in here that fooled themselves. They brought their friends and they made their hell. They faked their grin in a lonely cell to the bitter end. But what do I know? There are a few in here that hurt themselves. They kick and bend and I dried up well. They call for help and you know them well. Are you aware? But what do I know? I will not surrender. No, I will not surrender. No, I will not surrender. No, I will not surrender. When God falls fast asleep, the kids still dance in city streets. From the White House run to the Middle East, and all around I'm just saying that this time I feel it now. When God falls fast asleep, the kids still move to a steady beat, even if it's the bombs landing at their feet. All around I'm just saying that this time I feel it now. There is a place to hide. It's in our minds. It's in the dark. It's well known that we have a fragile heart. It's deep inside.
Welcome into extended bonus coverage here of the Mary Teubner Team Challenge qualifying. We had a tie for 10th place, Doug. Mike Flanagan alongside with Doug Lakey here. Oh, my goodness. 17
Jeez.
hours in a row, and now we're going to have one more game.
Hey, that's what we bring to you. Not a problem. This is our third tournament in a row. But was there a tie at the Proprietors Cup?
No ties there.
Yeah, so we're 3 out of 4 of our last 4 events, whether it was IB, women's event, whatever. But 3 out of the last 4 times I've sat at this booth and brought you commentary, there's been a tie.
I will
So-
morning if I need to.
You just start calling me Ty. I'll start wearing a tie to every live streamed event if it would mean that I wouldn't have to, or we wouldn't have to do this for 18 hours a day.
Yeah, so just to get everybody up to speed, 27 teams participated in this event, and after 10 games of qualifying over 2 different patterns of team game from 9 o'clock this morning until what is just now 1:15 in the morning, there's a bonus coverage game right here, and it's Team Westner, consisting of Jody Westner, Adam Barda, Chad Roberts, Shannon Pulahowski.
Do we still have people in the IB chat, B squared?
And they are taking on the KC tournament team. Doug, who's on that team?
Trying to find.
Actually, it's not the KC tournament team. They're from Kansas City. It's
from the Kansas City area.
Yeah, it's Joe Who is their team name.
Joe Who is their team name, and we got Jesse James, Dallas Baldridge, Mark Henninger,
Brian Goebel,
and a player to be named later.
Yeah, and Chris Hayward's on the other team as well.
Yeah, Chris Hayward. That's it.
Well, Hayward's on.
No, yeah, Chris Hayward's
but
on
I failed
Jody's
to
team.
mention that one earlier. So they're taking some warm-up shots, 2 balls on each lane, it looks like, and they're going to get right into competition.
Joe Who has not had a ton of coverage on today's qualifying, just one of those deal with the skip procedure. They were on the extreme left or right portions of our 4-pair viewing areas. So to be honest, we are not familiar with, we're missing one guy. Brian, do you know who it is? It's Joe Bush. Mark Henninger, Joe Bush, Dallas Baldridge, Jesse James, and Brian Goebel.
Still got plenty of people here in the chat. They're like, tell them to hurry up. We're trying to close down a bowling center right now. We can't leave the coverage. Thank you.
Thank you.
They're getting all the scores out of the monitor. Also going to be able to bring you the scoreboard here. It will give you an update here as we go along. So, Doug, who do you like in this match? Do you go with Goebel's team or do you go with Westner's team?
I'm going with Westner's team. Not for any particular reason, just because Barda's been doing player interviews. Megan Kelly sat in the booth. She's with them. Jody Westner. They're just on board.
Yeah, they're kind of
Mike
our,
and Doug.
Yeah, they've been.
And Shannon Pulahowski is 1.5.
Yeah, we call her 1.5. So
she's almost won everything that we've been a part of. So Brian Goebel is one of my favorite professional bowlers. Mark Henninger's local talent, Midwestern guy, awesome. Jesse James, KU alum, bowled collegiately at the same time. So plenty of love for all 10 players on this pair, but current synopsis is Jody.
Well, there's the player handshake by Chad Roberts, leadoff bowler, and Brian Goebel, leadoff bowler for Joe Hu. Goebel's going to start off the match on lane 17. It is 1:20 a.m. I don't know the last time Brian Goebel's competed this late at night. But
That's funny.
You're going to watch it here.
That's funny. Their team name is Joe Hu, and the fifth bowler that we did not know who was on their team is Joe Bush. So that's why they named their team Joe Hu.
Because we were trying to figure out who it was.
Yeah, which probably,
There's a lot of folks still here watching here in the center. Take a look at our fan cam as players are going high after a break. Goebel with the spare. Here's our fan cam. There's a look at Doug and Brian. Liz Johnson, Gail Myers Jr., Aaron Hawkins, everybody's hanging out. Megan Kelly. Chad Roberts with the spare.
covers the spare.
Now the second bowler for Joe Hu is Dallas Baldridge.
They are basically bowling for worst case scenario $750. So this is a $750 stake team match here.
Ooh, look at the Deadwood person. Look at this. Fast service here with the Deadwood. Clears the Deadwood. 5, 4, 3, 2. Made it under the shot clock. Third bowler here, Doug. Introduce him.
Jody Wosner on the right lane. Mark Henninger on the left.
I believe Henninger's the anchor bowler. That is not Henninger.
Joe Bush on the left.
And that's Joe Bush. Okay.
That's the player to be named later.
This is Jesse James.
This is Jesse James.
Okay. I knew you knew Jesse. That's why I set you up for that.
Yeah, that wasn't Jesse, though.
Well, there's Jody Westner, Team Westner.
Chris Hayward, right lane. Jesse James, left lane.
Everyone in the chat, who do you like tonight in this match? Is it going to be Brian Goebel's team?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be Jody Westner's team? As that is just donked off to the left. Misses the headpin to the left. Dallas was really far deep, really lofting the ball out over the lane, was able to get a strike, and Jesse James is just not sharp after the long break, and these lanes are roached. And we're going to see another crossover. They are hooking here, folks.
For Chris Hayward Bay.
Like Darius?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's in trouble too. That's going to be an open for Jesse James early on. You know, the players were given the option of bowling a one-game Baker match, and they didn't want to do that. Here's a look at Adam Barta, one of the hottest amateur bowlers on the planet.
Oh, that's why right
Trips
there.
it out, 4-7 late.
Adam Barta had the front 9, runs through the rack solid 8 in the last game, and they tied, by the way, if you want to put an asterisk on some stats. And I'm sure our Joe Hu boys had plenty of breaks up and down as well, but most notably, the most notable bad break would have to be front 9, stone 8, spare strike, and they tie. They didn't know that going in, but it was just coincidental that that's how that played out.
Here's a look at our scoreboard.
Oh.
Henninger and Plowhowski both strike.
Bob, if you're with us.
And now back over to Roberts on lane 17. He's lofting too. Hung up in it a little bit. Now here's Goebel.
With the Gyro Pro.
10-time PBA national champion. In front of the ball return almost. 10 back for Brian Goebel.
Dallas up on the right lane there with the strike.
Jody Westner almost trips the 2-pin. Doug, let me ask you something. Who's going to have the high game on this pair?
Shannon Plahowski. Yep, we don't miss a beat.
I'm going to pick Adam Barta for the high game.
So we're both picking Team Westner to win this match? Considering I picked Plahowski to have the high game and you picked Adam Barta, and they're both on the same team.
That's entirely possible.
Would we say that if they go collectively 1-2, that would lead them to win this match? And a guaranteed $750. Because they can come in 10th place tomorrow and get $750.
That was a better shot by Jesse James, but still runs high, leaves the 4-7-10. He's going to have to get it figured out here, as he's going to be staring at 2 opens. He's going to have less than 20 through 2 frames, Doug.
Right now, you really can't come around the side of the ball at all. There's enough friction on the lane to,
that's a big trip out of the 4 by Hayward.
And Hayward was around the side of that. If you're up the back of the ball's going to get down to the spot and just hook stop. Not because of anything, but the friction.
Left lane appears to be hooking more, especially in the laydown area, than the right lane.
It usually is.
Players are forced in a little bit more, and everybody's been going high. Let's see what Barta does. Brooklyn.
Yeah! Woo!
4 strike. It's 9 spare on my parts.
Yeah, it is. Anytime you bowl a game after 1:30 in the morning and you go runaway Brooklyn, it's 9 spare.
Plahowski. That left lane is really roach. I'm going to suggest that the players on lane 17 actually ball down and move right with more ball speed. You driving home tonight? You driving home tonight or sticking around?
I'm going to Wisconsin tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Bye, bud.
What's he going on?
Plahowski gets count. Vacation. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard here through 2 frames.
I can't see it.
Chad Roberts spare 8-1.
We need to zoom that in.
There's a strike. Though you can't zoom anymore on it.
Okay.
Without moving it.
All right.
It's already is.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Didn't know.
Yeah. I could get one screen.
And move the camera.
One of my all-time favorite styles, Brian Goebel. They just oh, he breaks it up. What are they gonna have to do to get this left lane to work out?
Take your hand out of the ball
and move right and ball down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of them probably can't ball down anymore, but
thank God this isn't a Baker match, because it would have been a landslide. They would have bowled one game on each lane, and the team on the left lane would have lost.
Well, they would have had to bowl a 2-game Baker match.
The rule was 1, and these guys voted to do
a full
game.
Good for them.
Dallas, he's got it figured out. Enough hand, enough loft, and enough speed. The perfect combination. He now has the first 3, and he's struck both times on lane 17, which nobody has done yet. So look at Chris Hayward from Toledo. Jody Westner's very good friend. They both league together. Good shot over there. Wrap 10. Pick your spare. Move on. And this is Joe Bush on 17, you say, Doug?
That it is.
That's going to go left, right through the face. Staring at the 610.
Joe's new nickname's going to be the player to be named later. As I'm quoting Major League, the movie. She says, Susan Sarandon says to Kevin Costner, well, who are you? And he shakes her hand and he says, I'm the player to be named later.
Oh, goodness. Adam Barta says, I'm just going to go Brooklyn now and leave a 5-10. As the last time here, Jesse James was on lane 17. He cut it short, missed left, and didn't even hit the head pin on the left or anywhere on the lane. And he went left of it. Now he has gone to an orange-colored ball. Brooklyn for a strike. It looks like he balled down, but threw it much slower. This is where, you know, ball speed's good. Why don't you hold the ball at your chin, adjust your style a little bit, and fire that thing down there, especially on the left lane, which, you know, that's pretty much what Henninger's doing. So look at Pulahowski. We call her 1.5. She won the Proprietor's Cup. Man, right through the face for her, too. And she finishes, oh, nice break there. Just fortunate to leave the 4. 10 falls out late, right there in Henninger's face. She finished second in St. Louis at the WBA St. Louis Open and first in the Proprietor's Cup. We call her 1.5, and here's Henninger. Looks like he got a little more hand in it. Goes right through the face for 3-6-10. Shannon flags the 7.
No, that was the 4-pin.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
she
broke
picked
up
the 7.
Broke up the split, and just so much friction out there. The ball burnt up and never hooked.
Let's take a look at our scoreboard through 3. Brian Goebel spare double. Goebel now, with another sloppy strike. He's got to be thinking to himself, this is stupid. They're hooking this much. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he's not. Here. I mean, he's not. He's just like, guys, sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to say.
I'm trying my hardest.
Here's Chad Roberts. Oh, he got that one down there, but... These guys are going to have to get the ball farther going left to right, which is going to mean more loft or more ball speed. Here's Baldridge setting up and right up against the ball return, almost sitting on it.
He's going to drift around the ball return about his third step.
And a Brooklyn strike. That seems to be a common trend here this evening.
There's going to be plenty of them, which we can't. I mean, what do you know?
Chad fortunate to take out the 3-6-10 there, hitting the left side of the 3-pin. Little unorthodox way of picking that. Jody's got a little bit of side tilt. I anticipate her getting this left lane figured out. Jody strike, spare, strike. She's looking to get it going here on the left lane, which is going to be the key to the match today, is whether or not they can figure out the left lane, either team. Interesting that the Who's Joe team is going to get to finish on the right lane. Keep in mind that as we watch this develop. I think Jody's going to, at the worst, leave a 4-pin here. But I think it's going to be 10 back. 10 back right there, Jody Wessner. Taking her hand out of the ball a little bit. She's a little farther right. Maybe her teammates will see that and say, hey, maybe if Jody can play there, we can play there. She slaps her teammate, says, come on, kicks Bardo almost in the kneecap. And
well, you know, we picked Wessner's team, but they've been the funnest so far today. Just the most interactive with us.
Yeah, they've been interactive with us.
And anything we needed out of them, you know, Adam Bardo was doing player interviews for us on the fan cam, and so, you know.
Here's Hayward.
Hayward Bay through the face.
Fortunate not to leave a split.
Ready for the 6-10 conversion.
Adam Barda here, just hanging out, wanted to say hello.
Not even tired.
Why, hello.
All right, there's a strike for Jesse James. Isn't there a... It was. Isn't there a Hugh Hefner playmate named Jesse James?
There's all kinds of people named Jesse James. There's a Jesse James Wax Museum at Merrimack Caverns, all up and down Highway 44. You see billboards for everybody that's from Missouri.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah. Jesse James is like a folk hero. I think. Back. I don't know about hero, but he's involved in a lot of folk lore.
Here's Barda Nation. This is the first time Adam Barda has been live streamed after 1 a.m. He's kind of like a gremlin. He'll multiply if you stream him after midnight.
He's saying, how did that ball go high?
Barda's team's a little bit behind here.
Saying,
look at the scoreboard here. It's a little hard to read there and make out, but gives you an idea anyway here. Shannon has 37 in the third. Looking to get it going here. They're going to need her to be able to win this match.
It's trash. I was seeing what was in that bucket over there. Trash.
So now here we go through 4 frames. It's Brian Goebel, 9 spare triple. Chad Roberts here, 8 spare, 8-1, strike, 6 spare. We'll go player by player here, get you up to speed on where they're at. Here's Roberts now. Definitely increased the ball speed, but lofted it, got the double double ball dribble
He's
there.
at the 3-6-10 every shot.
Yeah. He does have a plastic ball in his arsenal. It may not be a bad idea to throw that. Now here's Goebel after a couple of really sloppy strikes. Let's see what he's going to do here.
9 spare strike, Brooklyn.
Well, through the face almost. It was really sick. Oh, he spun it. Oh, Goebel is just... He needs to go to the casino tonight. Now Roberts here can't pick it up. Now here's Dallas Baldridge has the first 4. Westner strike, spare, double. Baldridge has been the one guy that's been able to figure out this left lane from the get-go. Look how far left he's standing. He's almost standing over. He is on lane 16. There's going to be a lot of loft here, a lot of extension down lane. Look out. Oh, look at that. He has got it figured out. Mike Fagan, if he was here right now, which he might be, he is licking his chops saying, I would destroy this.
Those guys ran out of here. Dallas knows what he's doing. I bowled a lot of tournaments in the central, south,
Westner answers.
west area of Missouri. No oil, long events, and he's like, "This is what you do, guys." I don't know why everybody's so freaking out.
Let's look at the third players here. It's Joe Bush, 74, working on an open, and right there with him, Chris Hayward, 76 on an open.
Joe Who and Hayward Bay here.
Joe Bush. These two players struggling quite a bit. It'd be nice if Hayward could go up and get a strike. It's a big hole in the one hole with Roberts with 73 in the 5th. And Goebel, spare 4-bagger. All right, there's some emotion now coming out here in the 5th frame.
What was it I always used to give the pep talk when we bowled team events together? Let's make the back half better than our first, boys. And it would work. Didn't use that a lot.
No, but when you did, it worked. Now here's Barta. Unfortunate not to get the Goebel carry.
Yeah, they're just not getting the Goebel carry. Because actually, every one of Chad Roberts' strikes would have struck. Our shots would have struck.
Take a look here, Jesse James. He's got a double working after a couple of opens, and Barta clean through 4, throwing it his 6-pin. Now here's James. Finally finds the pocket. He goes from missing the head pin left to balling down, going Brooklyn, and now finally finds the 1-3. These scoring monitors haven't set it up for us to where we can actually see where they're at in the match comparative. There's Henninger, 67 with a strike up. Goes Brooklyn, leaves a 6-pin, and Pulhowski struggling a little bit. Here's Shannon. Gets it going with a strike. So right now, rough estimate here, Barta's team is down about 70 to 75 pins through 5. Goebel. Strike for Goebel. That's 5 in a row.
Says, how's that one for you guys? Took my hand out of it. Came up the bottom of it real nice.
Now, can Roberts hit the right side of the head pin here? What do you think, Doug?
He either strikes high flush or goes high through the face.
Oh, much more ball speed.
Oh!
Oh, Bird Dog Messenger.
I was wrong on both counts. That was not high flush. It wasn't light, but it wasn't high flush.
Baldridge, perfect. Through 5, up into 6th. Still perfect. Jody Westner says, man, why'd you put this guy on me? I'm working on 280 for crying out loud. She made a great shot in this Moore hooking lane last time. Let's see what she does here.
Another good one.
Oh, there we go.
And she says, you walk it out on me on my lane, I'm going to walk it out on your guy on your lane.
Great team player.
Brian says, hey, I gave you 5 on that one.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Joe Bush through the face. Now Hayward's got an opportunity here to go up and throw a double. Get a bit of a lead in his 3-hole match, considering Roberts is down so much in the 1-hole. Jody's right in her match. So is Barta. Polhowski a little behind, but right there. Hayward through the face. Goebel's done it a couple of times. The law of averages all work out. That's through the face for a double. We're getting a much closer match here.
Yeah, we are. The Wozner team needs to...
Wozner.
Wozner.
Westner, Jody Westner.
I always say Wozner. Thanks for correcting me.
You can stick with Barta or Polhowski.
I don't have to stick
Oh, Adam Barta. Barta Nation right there.
I have to stick with anything. Maybe you could cover this last 6 frames. Really?
Jesse James got it figured out.
It's a good thing I polished my orange piranha before we left, boys. Just in case we tied on the short pattern at 2 in the morning.
Shannon with a double now.
Shannon's like, what? What are you guys thinking? Why didn't you tell me to do that?
Henninger, good shot, I thought. It's pretty quick off his hand. So there you see, star frame there for Jody Westner's team. Strikes out of Goebel and Baldridge, open out of Bush.
Those of you that love Mike and I's philosophy on team bowling,
there's a lot of you out there that do.
You will take notice that Goebel let Henninger shoot that spare before he went up for his shot in the 7th.
That's an excellent point, Doug. It's a college bowling rule that you definitely want to make sure you wait for your anchor bowler to finish before you go up and throw your first shot.
Here's why. No momentum's lost right there.
Correct.
Henninger chops the spare. Goebel strikes again. No momentum is gained in the 7th frame. Simple enough. He runs down the spare. Momentum is fine. Oh, that's the most frustrating thing on this condition right here.
Yeah, the right lane doesn't hook as much.
When you go light, most right lanes, aren't they typically 2 and 1 tighter than the left, especially when you're playing extreme inside portions?
Yeah, usually.
Usually, I mean, you just count that the right lane's usually going to be tighter. Dallas has taken this match by the you-know-what.
Dallas is perfect. 6 in a row, looking for 7. This ball's going airborne. Oh. Stones and 8-pin.
That's pretty good for 9. From 18th arrow.
I'm looking over at Roberts. He looks a little bit like a zombie right now. He really does. He's just...
It's been a long day.
Really long day.
Roll it.
Jody almost rolls a 2-pin. Tell you what, if she'd have rolled that 2-pin against Dallas's Stone 8, he'd have probably... Might have messed with him a little bit in the old upstairs cage, which might have anyway, as he hooks past the 8-pin. You got to remember that when you go up to throw at an 8-pin, it's just like throwing a strike ball, and you got to remember there, Dallas, that when you're throwing the ball that hard on your strike shot, you got to keep your speed up on the spare shot. But it's easy to let down.
It is, because it's just not something that you're used to loft on the left gutter, you know, at 28 to shoot an 8-pin.
Right. And if we had call letters, 1:51 a.m. Sunday morning. That's the time here, 1:51 a.m. We still got 36 viewers here. We appreciate that. Actually, it's more than that.
No, I don't know if it's viewers. I need all 36 people to give us a shout out right now.
In the chat.
In the chat. That's people that's fallen asleep with their computers on.
Oh, Hayward.
I'd say 30 of them have fallen asleep with their computers on.
$40 viewers. Uh-oh, look out. All right, there's a spare for Joe Bush.
Joe who?
You know, I got a prediction here. I think Hayward's going to pick this. Ooh, gave it a run.
We did have the 7-10 conversion the last game on 9 and 10 by Derek Ove. Pete Weber almost picked it, but we didn't get it on the live camera on Derek Ove 7-10. But if you want to see the 7-10 picked on InsideBowling.com, all you got to do is go to, as Jesse James goes high on lane 17, but if you'd like to see a 7-10 picked during tournament play, you can go to this year's Inside Bowling event, and Shea Bittenbender did it on our featured pair. Second frame of the first game of the first block, he goes, it might have even been the first frame, it was either strike, pocket 7-10, or vice versa, but the guy picked it. So pretty cool way to kick off this year's Inside Bowling event, but it was caught on camera. So
Barta picks the 6-pin. Now here's Henninger. He's been watching his buddy Baldridge. Oh, just wraps a 10. A little too much ball speed, I guess, but you got to do it to get it down lane. Blahowski's working on a double. She's looking for 3 in a row, the triple.
He's saying, I finally got the ball to make it to 47 feet instead of 46.
He's going to pick up pins on Blahowski here, though, because Blahowski, unless she can slide it over, leaves a split. If you're looking for some highlights from earlier in the day, if you're up late with us, go down below here.
I wonder why that ball wouldn't work for a strike.
Yeah, the spare ball. Shannon gives it a shot, but down below here we've got 290 the hard way. We had a gentleman have the first 11 today and then throw a gutter. You can watch that down below. You can also watch Pete Weber shoot 300. And you can also watch, man, I forget his name at this point. Yeah, Jack Laffey?
Yeah.
Jack Laffey shoot 300 and lead his team to a 13.25 team score, which vaulted them into the top 10. And you'll see him tomorrow here on IBTV Live. Coverage begins at 9 a.m. in the Mary Teubner Team Challenge, presented by Storm and Roto Grip. Chad Roberts now getting it going. We had 27 compete here today, and we had a Pro-Am yesterday with about 130 people. We're raising money for cancer research in the honor of Mary Teubner's name. Jeff Carter's behind this event. And if you take a look at the ticker at the top of the screen, you'll see where all of the teams qualified going into tomorrow as Goebel trips a 2-pin forward. Your tournament leaders, Team Barras, have picked the Abbey Road pattern for tomorrow. Dave Barras, Chad Kloss, Chad Moss, the whole team. They're here bowling together. Solid 9 Pro Shop sits second with Pete Weber on that team, Anthony Lacaz, to name a few. Team Wolf, Mike Fagan, Chris Hester. Great team there. Tommy Jones' team is in 4th. Derek O, 5 PBA second place regionals in 5 events. Looking to break through here in the near future. Baldridge still way deep.
Ooh, almost got a break after that stone 8.
Splits. 5th place Turbo 2-in-1 grips, Jeff Riggles, our own InsideBowling.com team, is 6th. The Huge Midgets with George Branham III is 7th. Turbo Tech, 8th. That's Jeff Carter's team. You'll see him tomorrow. Tom Adcock, Jason Queen, former Masters champion. As Jody almost trips out half a loaf just to leave the 5. And right now might be a good time to put your hand up in the air on these hook and lane conditions. If you put your hand up in the air and she misses it, she owes you a drink. 9th place, our friend Brett Shepard, along with Antonio Medina and the whole crew from Louisville. They're 9th, and then you're battling it out right now here. 10th place, Joe Hu and Team Westner. 117 pins behind these two teams is Team Sapp, Derek Sapp's team. So it really wasn't that close, other than these two teams tying. Linda Kelly is still watching from Ohio, despite it being 2 o'clock in the morning here, which I believe is 3 o'clock in the morning there. Your mom's still watching. Yeah. We just let Megan know and Shannon know that you're still watching Strike Queen. USBC Hall of Famer Linda Kelly. Hayward with a strike. Look at the scoreboard. Here's Adam Barta. Barta Nation. Creeps high. Fortune just leave the 6 right now. That's kind of par for the course here. Is this through the face 9 count? Doug, what do you think Jesse's going to do here?
I think he's going to throw this polished orange piranha. And I think he's due for a strike. He likes this lane. Through the face.
For an 8 count. It's like through the face for an 8 count, through the face for a 9 count, through the face for a 7 count, through the face for a break up everything.
The rev rates and ball speed and where they're playing the lanes has created some very good breaks for them this far through 7 frames. As Jesse tries to convert a tough 6-10 split on this late condition.
This chat's cracking me up.
What's up?
We'll update you with that in just a second. Oh, Shannon wraps a 7. Maybe she needs to pull out that jigsaw that she loves so much. Strike Queen says that her eyes are getting heavy, and of course, Jacques says, I'm getting ready to take a big Jeff and wipe my wriggles. Yeah, well, tomorrow there's going to be a lot of that. I'm sure it's going to be animated here, as they're going to use these 10 lanes right in front of us all day tomorrow. We'll bring you wall-to-wall coverage. Shannon, fortunate, she does not use the spare ball throwing cross lane, and this might be one of those times where you might want to do that, but I'm not going to tell Shannon Pulowski how to invent her wheel, because her wheel spins perfectly.
Impressive.
Let's do a Doug Lakey scoreboard update.
That's for you, Bob.
Gobel's got 60 pins on Chad Roberts. The 2-hole is pretty much even. The 3-hole is pretty much even. The 4-hole is pretty much even. And the 5-hole is about 30 pins. So are we looking at about 100 pins? Is that what that adds up to?
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's about a 100-pin match here going into the 9th. Chad Roberts is about to fall asleep, it almost looks like. He set his bowling ball down there. He's moving his neck like he just woke up from a nap. I don't know how he's going to get the ball down the lane, to be quite honest with you, Doug. Here's Goebel, senior tour player, bowling at 2:02 in the morning here, Central Time. I'll tell you what. Whatever team is in 9th, which is Team Shepherd. Actually, those aren't updated down below. I don't believe those are updated. I got to get that corrected with Dennis. Yeah,
no, they're not.
No, those are right. Those are right now. Okay. All right, so Team Shepherd in the morning is going to bowl the winner of this match. And tomorrow, if you sweep a match, you get 100 bonus pins. If I'm Brett Shepard's team, I am licking my chops. Because right now, 1347 lead. Shepard's team is at 933. If they can make up 100 through bonus, they could be at 1033, which would vault them all the way to 4th.
Yeah,
it's not going to be easy to sweep tomorrow.
Yeah, bowling the guys that are going to get a 3:30 a.m. bedtime. And they might stay up late tonight too, you know, but who knows? But wherever they're at, they're not bowling. Oh man, 4-7-6 to a strike.
Yep, there's a strike through the face.
It's fair, Dallas.
Jody's really bowled a great game.
She's like, you guys want to give me a little friction? I'll probably beat up on you for most of the night.
Yeah, if she was bowling Carolyn Doran Ballard right now in a 1-up match, I think I'd have to put my money on Westner.
Oh yeah, she's a lot stronger through the bottom of the swing, but still is coming around, not coming around it. So she has the ball speed and the ability to come up the back of the ball in this situation. Westner over Doran Ballard.
Say hi, Doug. Here we are, 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm done waving.
Spare for Joe Bush. He's got 185 left.
Yeah. Nope, all jokes aside, we're just being honored here tonight with the extreme times and time we put in today, but it wouldn't be an event we're involved in if it doesn't come down to some type of exciting ending or happening or event. So we've had a couple 300s today, and we've had now a tie.
We are 18 hours in of live streaming today. You are watching a one-game roll-off for the 10th position, the last cash spot. Barta goes Brooklyn and trips a 3-pin forward. Well, Doug, it looks like Joe Who's team from Kansas City is going to end up making it into this thing.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and get a look at the scoreboard here. Shannon does cover that. Goebel's got 249 left. Chad Roberts just 169. So that's an 80-pin difference just in the one hole. Sininger goes to pick up the spare. Back over the scoreboard. Looking at the 2-hole, it's 257 max score for Baldridge, 237 for Westner. So that'd be another 20. So now we're looking at 100. That's probably the first time I've ever seen Brian Goebel throw a strike at 2:08 in the morning.
For sure. Usually it's 2:08 in the afternoon.
Right.
On ABC television. Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, right. From Shawnee, Kansas, Brian Goebel.
That's
that ball read the lane so early.
Yeah. What are the odds all these guys get done and they all just leave, and there's the 10, 12 balls that are on the rack? What are the odds that you could throw a strike right now?
Oh, in these shoes, probably not very good.
You just take any ball you want.
I'd want a loft.
Do whatever you want to do with the ball. You could throw a backup ball just straight down the middle of the lane, but what are the odds?
Oh, I'd say about 63%.
So 3-1, or 1. That would
there's
be,
a 63% chance. So
that you're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be 3-1.
No, it'd be
almost.
It'd be 3-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be 3-5. So it's Goebel 239. Roberts, if he strikes, 159. He did.
What the? He finally woke up.
Baldridge now, still lofting it. I wonder if he's gonna have any thumb left tomorrow.
I don't know. They'll be back. They'll be back in 6.5 hours.
We still got to go get some food. Westner with a strike. Jody's bowled really well in this match. She's a gamer.
That she is.
It's like I've said before, she's probably one of the coolest females on the planet as far as what she likes to do, go to rock concerts and watch professional sports and have a few beers with the guys. And her husband Aaron is an excellent individual and he comes in our chat and calls himself Mr. Westner. So Baldridge's going to have 257. That's with going by an 8-pin. That he shouldn't have left in the first place. Could have really almost shot 300. Westner's got a double now. She can shoot 237. So this is all but about over. So just a reminder, tomorrow our coverage will start at 8:45 in the morning. We'll be bringing you the 20 games of match play Baker, bonus pens, wake up in the morning, enjoy a little live bowling. Doug and I. We already apologized for our broadcast tomorrow because we're going to be extremely tired. Well, we believe we're going to have help in the booth.
We might just do no commentary till game 10.
Yeah, and just bring this thing home.
Might come in at we'll come in and get everything signed in, ready to go, and then the 5th Baker match will start. Let you know what happened and bring you home.
We could do that tomorrow.
And we could still get 8 hours of sleep tonight.
That way we could. We'll just make Brian come over here and
I'll come over here and plug in. No, we'll bring you the best coverage we can for the event to the best of our ability, as always.
Chad Roberts is still looking like a zombie. All this bowling.
Dude, you gotta get out.
Here's a look at Chad Roberts. He really is just so frustrated. Just sitting there looking, and he keeps analyzing the scoreboard like something's going to change up there.
Now, not trying to laugh if he, whatever. I'm laughing at you, Mike.
Well,
he's not a zombie at all. He's just upset with what's happened this game, but you're saying he's over there sleeping.
Look at him. I mean, he doesn't want to take his shoes off. He's like, can we go 2 more? He's taking them off now.
So we'll move to the right, and you guys move to the left.
I kind of want to get him up here and get his thoughts. I feel so bad. He's such a nice guy. I love Chad Roberts. Throws the ball. Awesome.
Whoa.
So for Team Westner, it's 159, 236, 208. Marta's got 206 left. For Joe Hu, it's 239 for Goebel, 257 for Baldridge, 173 for Bush. 191 possible here for James. And this is all but over, everybody.
See you in 6 hours?
Yep, as Mark Henninger says, we'll see us in 6 hours.
We'll see us. I gotta roll away. Yep.
Now here's Jesse James from the ball return. Can he pull it off, you think, Doug? Still goes high for 4-6. Well, 1.5 there. Just says it's too late for this. Seriously, I got video games to play back in Ohio and a Mustang to drive to get back. Megan,
leave
we
tonight.
are not staying until tomorrow. We're out of here. We're driving back tonight.
I love driving at night.
We're going to lose our commentator tomorrow with them not making it.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not far off that.
So everybody, thank you for watching with us today. 16 hours of coverage. We will be back tomorrow for, just maybe 6-7 hours of coverage. Be an easy day.
8:45 practice. We'll be back at 8:30.
So as they take their final balls, thank you for watching with us all day long.
Bonus coverage.
Good luck tomorrow.
Bonus coverage here tonight. And we will see you in the morning. Good night, everybody.